When it comes to selecting my favourite Mastertronic game of all time, that's a difficult call. I collect games across pretty much every format Mastertronic have covered, but most of my favourites will come from the Commodore 64, which is the main range I've collected and played over the years. Out of those, it's really a tough choice. The ones that will always spring to mind for most people would be games like Kickstarter 2 from Sean Southern, Master of Magic, which is a classic sort of overhead RPG and a bit of a dungeon crawler, and games like that really do stick in my mind and ones I absolutely loved. Here are the Golden Talisman again, one I used to play for ages back in the 80s and 90s. Kickstart 2, the multiplayer aspect, I can remember playing that for hours with a friend of mine back as a kid, but the one that always stands out and one I still play today, both on emulation and on my Commodore 64, is Gapless. The arcade conversion of the Namco Classic is timeless. It was not just a superb conversion, but for me it was far better than the arcade original. It's not only kept the playability, but seems to have better pacing. It seems the controls seem to be a bit more fluid. It's got a fantastic soundtrack from Joe and Tell, and it just feels great. It's addictive, everything you could possibly want from an arcade conversion, and I'll actually go as far as saying it's one of the best arcade conversions on the Commodore 64. How Mastertronic managed to pull off getting some licensed arcade games back in the 80s, I just don't know. I mean, it wasn't the only one they did. There was Bosconi in 87 as well. But to suddenly hit us out of the blue with some Namco arcade ports was amazing. And Gapless was just probably the best example of something they've released back then. It's stood the test of time remarkably well. It's one I do fire up quite regularly, and I just can't fault it. It's easily my favourite of the original Mastertronic releases.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the like button and leave us a comment below. Also, spare a moment to share this video on Twitter, Facebook, and all your social media pages. To get updates on all of our latest videos delivered straight to your inbox, subscribe now using the link on the screen.